Please subscribe and you can download this code from description below. Exception handling is a crucial aspect of programming in any language, including Python. When working with graphical user interfaces, GUIs, created using Tkinter, it's important to handle exceptions gracefully to provide a better user experience and avoid program crashes. In this tutorial, we'll explore how to handle exceptions in a Tkinter application using Python. Before you begin, make sure you have Python and Tkinter installed on your system. Most modern Python installations come with Tkinter pre-installed. In Tkinter, exceptions can be raised when interacting with widgets, events, or any other part of your application. Handling these exceptions helps prevent crashes and provides valuable information to the user in case of errors. Common exceptions you might encounter in a Tkinter application include: to handle exceptions in a Tkinter application, you can use a try and except block. Here's a basic structure. In this example, we create a simple Tkinter application with an entry field, a button, and a label. When the button is clicked, the program attempts to convert the input from the entry field to an integer and display the result. If the input is not a valid integer, an exception will be raised. The try block contains the code that may raise an exception. In this case, it's the conversion of the entry input to an integer. If an exception occurs, it's caught by the except block, which updates the label with an error message and prints the exception to the console. You can handle multiple exceptions by providing a tuple of exception types to the except block. This allows you to customize error messages for different types of exceptions. Exception handling is essential when working with Tkinter GUIs in Python. It ensures that your application remains stable and user-friendly. By using try and except blocks, you can gracefully handle exceptions and provide informative feedback to users when errors occur. ChatGPT. Exception handling is an essential part of writing robust and user-friendly GUI applications using Python Tkinter. In this tutorial, we'll explore how to handle exceptions in Tkinter applications, including best practices and examples. Exception handling is a mechanism to handle errors that occur during the execution of a program. These errors can be due to various reasons, such as user input, network issues, or coding mistakes. By handling exceptions gracefully, you can prevent your application from crashing and provide informative error messages to the user. In a Tkinter application, exceptions can occur while handling events, processing user input, or updating the graphical user interface. It's important to catch and handle these exceptions to ensure that your application remains stable and user-friendly. In a Tkinter application, you can use standard Python try and except blocks to handle exceptions. Here's a basic structure for handling exceptions in Tkinter. In this example, when the divide by 0 button is clicked, an attempt to divide by 0 is made, which will raise a zero division error. We catch this exception and update a label with an error message. Here are some best practices for handling exceptions in Tkinter applications. Catch specific exceptions. Whenever possible, catch specific exceptions, example zero division error, instead of using a generic exception catch-all. This allows you to provide more precise error messages. Keep the user informed. Display user-friendly error messages so that the user understands what went wrong. This can help them take appropriate action or report the issue. Log errors. Logging exceptions to a file or console can be useful for debugging and monitoring application behavior. Use the logging module for this purpose. Graceful degradation. If an exception occurs, ensure that your application gracefully degrades instead of crashing. This might involve disabling specific features or providing alternative actions. Try except blocks. Wrap the code that might raise exceptions in try except blocks. This prevents the entire application from crashing due to one problematic part of the code. Consider user input. When processing user input, example form data, validate it before processing to reduce the chances of exceptions. Exception handling is a crucial aspect of developing Tkinter applications in Python. It allows your application to remain stable and provides a better user experience. By following best practices and handling exceptions gracefully, you can create robust and reliable GUI applications. Remember that while this tutorial focuses on handling exceptions in Tkinter, the general principles of exception handling in Python apply to any Python application. ChatGPT